Hello everyone and welcome to episode 19 of In Case You Missed It. Unfortunately it would have been episode 20, but due to some technical problems.
Some weird technical problems.
One job. Last week's episode that me and Tommy recorded.
The last episode.
For a whole hour or so. It was a good one. It was lost.
And I guess we'll never know who won the box office that week.
We do know because we've got the results.
Ever know.
It
we'll
might
never
know. Have been.
I don't know.
We'll never know.
We'll see it when we get to box office at the end of the episode. Maybe that will come up.
Who knows who won though?
We do.
Lost. It's a lost episode. No one knows.
Me and you know.
It's in the archives.
Me and
no
you know.
one knows. Not a soul.
Maybe it was Steve. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was. We'll get to that bit.
I guess we'll never know.
I was there last week. I was there.
Steve, who wasn't here last week, he is back though this week.
Yeah, I've been away for a little while. I have a little absence. I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. And
all good things come to an end.
And as you heard, Tommy is back as well, as
Hello.
always. So because we missed an episode, we've got quite a bit to catch up on, but we're also kind of condensing some of the trailers because there weren't too many big trailers in the last couple of weeks. So we're just going to look at the big ones and then cover a little bit of E3 as well as the normal headlines as well before we get to box office where we just find out who won last week. Maybe.
We'll never know.
So let's go into the first trailer, which out of the big ones, which was Ad Astra.
This won't be the same.
It won't be the same.
It won't be the same.
So me and Tommy spoke about this a little bit last time.
The lost episode.
In the lost episode. But Steve, what were your thoughts about this before we cover the tracks again?
Looks alright. There's Brad Pitt in space. I saw a brief moment of a dogfight on the moon.
Yeah.
That looked pretty cool. Seems to be a lot of space films at the moment coming out. Ever since, I don't know, First Man.
I don't think First Man was the first space film.
Well, not in that way, but
It's like it is a trend at the moment.
They're in vogue again, you know.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon it was Interstellar that started it?
I think, I don't know, the contemporary movement of space films.
I don't know. I mean, Gravity was before Interstellar.
Gravity, yeah.
So you reckon it was
Gravity won Best Picture.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Gravity.
But yeah.
I would wager that you could find one good space film every year since Star Wars.
Really?
Probably. That's probably a fair comment.
1977.
Yeah, I reckon that's probably true.
Even Armageddon?
Huh?
Armageddon.
Said one good space film.
Aerosmith, man.
But yeah, Ad Astra, so you got Brad Pitt looking for...
The best thing about that film, by the way, is the whole Ben Affleck going up to Michael Bay and saying, wouldn't it be easier if they trained astronauts to drill rather than drillers be astronauts?
100%.
And Michael Bay just went, we're not making that kind of movie, Ben. Which is the best answer.
But as we look at Ad Astra, you kind of got a little bit of Interstellar vibes. Did we look up last time? That was
Hoyt von Hoytema, same cinematographer.
Same cinematographer, so that's why it looks pretty similar. Obviously this time we got Brad Pitt, who I said hadn't been away for a while. I'm just going to catch you up on things we spoke about last time. And then we worked out he had been around, and doing it like pretty consistently.
And been knocking out the park with producing.
Yeah, we went through all the Plan B films and some great ones on there. But
I guess you'll never know.
Yeah, I guess you never know. But interestingly, Steve, last week, because you weren't here, we decided to do your opinion for you for like the yes no's.
That's cool.
You said it was going to be better than Van Helsing.
You did say that. Yeah.
I was there. I wouldn't have said
There's a lot of things we'll never know about last week's episode, but that we know.
for sure, really.
I had to get that out there. They confirmed that this will be at least your second favourite film of all time.
Well, it was lost. The episode's lost. At the end of the day,
No, I've just said it.
No, I can confirm.
I just don't think, you know.
It's 2 against 1.
Yep.
That's how it works.
I think the file was around somewhere. I can try and uncorrupt it somehow.
No, you can't.
You can play it backwards.
I mean, we said it in the episode as well.
You know, I'll find a way. Life finds a way. You know.
But I don't know. It was a yes from me for Astra, or as Tommy called it,
Dad Astra,
because it's about Brad Pitt looking for his dad. It's Dad Astra.
Swing and a miss. It's a yes from me.
Yeah, to be there in this episode.
Yeah, you have to be there. So the other one, which is probably this one, might be better than Van Helsing. No, shaking his head. Frozen 2. We got a first poster for it, and as is tradition, you get the trailer the next day. I'll let Steve talk about this one because he's the biggest little girl in the room.
How dare you? But yeah, it's Frozen. It was kind of an extension of the teaser trailer. Obviously, a lot of it was just watching Elsa trying to escape, you know, the storm. But it looks absolutely beautiful.
Does the cold bother you?
Can we not do this? Looking at the tone, it's still going with something that's quite serious. I'm kind of glad that they kind of kept that tone, because the original trailers were quite, for the first film, were quite kind of, tongue in cheek, and look at Olaf, it's a talking.
Let it go.
Stop. But yeah, it looks great. I think we're going to be exploring Elsa and more kind of her character. It's more her film, and maybe finding out who's got some extra powers. New characters. I love Frozen so much. So
yeah, I think what I'm really interested to see in this one, not talking about the trailer, talking about the film itself, is that the thing I loved the most about the first Frozen is that it completely sort of subverted expectations and flipped it all on its head, and it was about love between sisters instead of that whole find the husband. You know,
of course.
I wonder if they're going to be able to do that again. Obviously, not the same thing, but are they going to be able to subvert our expectations like that again and sort of flip it on its head again? Are they going to be able to do that? If so, what's that going to look like? That's what I'm most excited to see. The trailer didn't show me any of that, but at the same time, it's very, very exciting.
It looks like an adventure sort of film. They've had to leave the castle and go and save the kingdom by the looks of it, using Elsa or Anna. I never remember which one's which.
Elsa's the one with the power.
Elsa's power.
Yeah, and we saw in the first trailer obviously that girl had some kind of wind ability, so potentially there could be.
Oh, did we? I didn't pick that up.
Elements.
Yeah, elemental.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Listen, Avatar cross.
I'll tell you what, one hell of a line when that little troll dude was like, "Oh, we thought her powers were too much for the world. Now we don't know if they're enough." Like, what?
Oh,
yeah.
Great line. Chill.
Let's talk a little bit about how.
Chill. It's because it's cold.
Oh.
Because she has frost powers to do with the
Let it go.
You said let it go. Everything we say.
Let's talk a little bit about animation as well. Cause, recently, I think Moana was the one that really where I noticed it a lot and how far it's come, which wasn't an intentional pun.
This really hurts.
But it's just got to a point now, and you can see it in the Toy Story 4, just from the trailers in Toy Story 4, how incredible animation looks now.
Yeah. Do you know what was first made me sort of stop and go, oh, hang on, this has come way further than I expected. It was The Good Dinosaur.
Right.
Oh.
The environments and backgrounds in that are incredible. I guess we're now seeing it in The Lion King and sort of Jungle, but more so The Lion King because it's all animated.
Yeah.
But that's an animated film, not a live action film.
Yeah.
Pay your animators properly, let them unionise, let them be in the right guilds. Disney, stop being the evil corporation that everyone says that you are, because that's really bad. Stop saying it's live action. Stop it. It's animated.
Let it go.
Let your animators earn the money that they deserve to earn, have the rights that they deserve to have. Please and thank you.
It's a good turn. Yeah, but you're right, because I recently rewatched the Toy Story 4 trailer, and the lighting's amazing. You can see the reflections on Bo Peep's skin, where she's quite reflective.
So the got me was there's a cat in the last trailer, and it just looks exactly like a real cat.
Cat.
It does. Do you get Uncanny Valley?
Oh,
what are you on tonight?
I don't know.
I can turn his mic off, Steve. I can do it anytime.
I'm on fire. What? Yes, no. Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes.
See, that's a yes for the trailer.
Yes for the trailer, no for Van Helsing.
Okay.
It's a yes from me, for both.
Yeah, it's a yes for me. So the last one, a little bit different from Frozen 2, is the trailer for Doctor Sleep. For those who don't know, it's a sequel to The Shining. But I don't know. It depends on which, because there's rumors out there about if it's going to directly follow the book or if it's going to follow Kubrick's film.
I think the trailers answered that question.
I'm assuming it's going to be the film.
Yeah, because some of those shots, in fact, one of those shots is directly from Kubrick's film.
Fact, but the last thing that we heard, obviously, because Stephen King doesn't like
hates it.
Hates The Shining.
He does the TV adaptation, which is atrocious.
Yeah,
and The Shining is a masterpiece. Everyone should see it.
And the last we heard was that it actually wasn't going to be a sequel to Kubrick's film. Yeah. But this trailer says
like that.
No, and obviously
they recreated shots from the original. In fact, people all over Twitter was wondering if they just took that from the film, but you see side by side they are slightly different. They recreated it. Yeah. The only thing that is the same is the blood coming from the elevator.
Yeah.
Which you see for a flash in the trailer, and you see it more in the film. I'm interested to see how much they go to in the film, or whether we kind of saw what we're going to see.
It's interesting. What is it about?
It was really well recreated, and the tone and the style seemed to not only match Kubrick's, but almost evolve it, and be the next stage of where that sort of world would be. Ewan McGregor is such great casting for this as well, and it looks like he's really in sync.
I think if we're looking at the recreation of it, something that obviously did it well last year was obviously Ready Player One, who like recreated it perfectly. So it's not a huge surprise that they've done. I'm interested to see, because I don't know the book itself that this film is based on. So I'm interested to see. I've completely lost my point, but Steve.
This is a great point. I respect your point. But yeah, I think it's nice just to see like Stephen King's works of art really making bank. With it and It Chapter 2, and now Hope You Got to Sleep as well. But yeah, I think it's going to be directly from the film. Like you said, coming from Ready Player One, it's kind of already in the minds of most people at the moment. So just to see it get out there again.
I think The Shining is just one of those films that never seem to leave people's minds.
It's
always
like film when I want it.
What Stephen King adaptations or remakes we want to see next?
Oh, that's a good question.
I've got one.
Go on then.
Firestarter. I absolutely love that film from the 80s. So it's about a father and his daughter. They both have special abilities, and it's like the government kind of after him. He can like read minds and can do some mind control stuff, but it's like really hard for him. Like his nose bleeds and stuff. Right. Whereas his daughter, she has the ability to wait for it, start fires. That's right. She's the starter, the titular fire starter, twisted fire starter. And she's really good at it, really dangerous. It's such a great movie. It's kind of terrible, but I love it, and I think it's a really cool story, rich for a remake, especially now with like modern special effects and stuff, because it was quite low budget. It might have even been a TV movie. Now that I say it.
Two come to mind. Think of The Dark Tower.
Oh, I was gonna say don't say Shawshank.
No,
because that's perfect.
The Dark Tower, because I was one of the few people that actually went and watched the Matthew McConaughey, Idris Elba one. I don't know the source material, but I've heard it's great. So I can see like the potential film for there to be like a good franchise in there, maybe a TV show, which I think has been spoken about more. The other one I'd say is Cujo, which I'm surprised they haven't done. The Evil Dog. I reckon that's probably on the way soon.
No, it was the theatrical release, and the young girl was played by Drew Barrymore.
Oh,
didn't know that.
That's a fun fact.
For me, it would be it's a book called Salem's Lot.
Oh yeah,
Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot. Yeah.
Salem.
I think Salem. Yeah, vampires in a small town. I'm stuck with vampires.
Yeah, going back to Doctor Sleep. This looks great. I'm all for a psychological thriller horror. I'm excited to see where that leads, and I don't know, it's an interesting one to get a sequel to The Shining, but I'm excited for it. So it's a yes for me.
You guys should watch Firestarter. It's also a yes for me. It's for me. It looks great.
It's a yes from Steve. 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. That means yes to Better Than Van Helsing.
Sure.
Whoa! You heard it first. Exclusive. Insert sound here, Steve. So that's all we're going to cover for trailers. There are some few other ones if you want to go and see what we shared on the Facebook page. Go and
what else did we watch last week?
There was something about a woman running a marathon.
Oh yeah.
There was a cult one.
Oh, I love a good cult.
I knew you would. That looks a bit culty in Doctor Sleep.
Yeah, it could be a little bit
aspects of.
It could be culty.
I can't remember what other ones were.
Have you seen the one for the new DC film with Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah, we spoke about that last week.
That one,
the
was
kitchen.
great. Yeah, the kitchen.
Yeah. But yeah, go and find the lost episode. And
Ford versus Ferrari. Just pretty sucked about that.
That looked good.
Is there another film with Christian Bale coming out about racing as well?
Ford versus Ferrari.
Is that one? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we said another one. I was like, what's the other one?
Because I swear there's another racing film coming out. Because I got really confused.
Speed Racer.
Yep. Christian Bale.
Speed Racer. Remake.
Let's go to the headlines. To the big thing, we're having a bit of a Keanu renaissance.
It's not renaissance. He's always been.
No, but I feel like he's in with John Wick. We've had Always Be My Maybe.
John Wick brought him back.
Toy Story 4, but I mean just like within the last month.
Right.
So we've had John Wick 4, Always Be My Maybe. He's in Toy
John
Story
Wick
4.
3.
Yeah. Okay. And obviously he's in some news that we'll probably talk about later in our E3 section.
Can't wait for that. Stick around.
The news also, there's a rumour.
Well done. I might leave.
Thanks, Dave. Is that there's a rumour going around as part of this. I reckon it's a Reeves. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way of phrasing Keanu.
Just let it die.
There's rumor going around that he's in talks to join the Eternals, and so that's another name. We had Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, we spoke about this on the last episode.
Yeah, we did,
because he was originally circling around Jude Law's role in Captain Marvel, so it's not a big surprise.
And he was obviously I don't know. One thing that I didn't speak about last week was how in an interview he said he always wanted to play Wolverine.
I'd buy that for $1.
Which I don't know would be I think would be perfect for him.
What do you guys think of Taron Egerton, who's like the big name around right now?
I'd really like that.
Steve, Wolverine, Taron Egerton.
Yeah, I can't see Keanu as Wolverine then.
I can't see him as much.
Taron, yes.
Taron, yes. Keanu, no.
Do you know what's really interesting as well?
Lanky.
Taron Egerton is the same age that Hugh Jackman was.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
Wow. Age.
that guy's got some great shots.
And Hugh Jackman would probably be all about it.
He would.
Taron Egerton,
He does.
so
And yeah, I'd watch that.
that.
But yeah, Keanu joined Marvel. Obviously, he was
Go see Rocket Man. It's great.
he had a little bit of DC, but when he was in Constantine.
Yeah, it's pretty good in that as well. I mean, the film tries to stuff a little bit too much in there, like too many Constantine stories. Like does one major arc in one, which could easily been a trilogy of films. And it kind of misses the tone of what the proper Constantine character's like. But if you kind of take that film in a vacuum and of just what it is and look at the source material and stuff, it's a pretty good movie.
Okay film.
Yeah.
The torch kind of been passed now to the guy that does.
Does on the CW Arrowverse.
He does the voices all and animated stuff.
Does he?
So that's kind of his role, I guess now.
Edward Kenway from Assassin's Creed 4, right? E3.
E3, yeah. Sure. Stay tuned.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to see him do this. I can picture him as sort of the lead Eternal character. I don't really know much about the Eternals.
Probably be Icarus.
These all, yeah, sure.
No, but is that not who Richard Madden's tapped to be playing?
Could be.
Pretty sure that is.
I don't know.
Who's playing Thanos' dad? Is he going to be in it? Who's Thanos' dad? Is that? Don't laugh. Is that Uranus? I'm serious.
We had this
I'm
discussion
trying to
last
remember
episode.
from our Phase 4 homework that I did. I did a whole lot of reading about it.
Yeah, I didn't. I just left it out.
I just went, the Eternals is coming out.
I crammed it. I've forgotten. But yeah, I think you're right. Though. I think Richard Madden's meant to be Icarus. I don't know who's going to play.
I don't know.
At the end of the day, it's speculation. So
It'd be really weird if Uranus was Thanos' dad, given the whole Thanos butt memes.
I'd be all about it. So a little bit of other Marvel news this week. The Marvel have approached Mindy Kaling and they're talking about Ms. Marvel, which is exciting. Obviously, Mindy
She's
Kaling,
great. She's so talented.
She wrote Late Night, which is was already out in the UK and comes out this weekend in America, nationwide or whatever.
Yeah, Late Night mini project.
And it's really well written. Late Night.
She wrote a lot of The Office. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mindy project, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there's again this is another tease, but Ms. Marvel maybe in something else E3 related.
Tommy's face right now.
He doesn't understand.
All should be revealed soon.
This kind of speaks to them going for a young Avengers, perhaps in the coming phases. I don't know whether this would be a Ms. Marvel TV show or a film. I reckon probably a film.
Probably film, but I'm fine with TV as well because obviously they're saying that these Marvel TV shows are linked to the MCU anyway. So
yeah.
What do you guys think of
Frozen? We're going back there.
Of Disney putting out sort of, because it kind of sounds derogatory when I say it, but quote unquote TV movies, as in like
a Disney Plus movie,
films that are just on Disney Plus. Yeah,
like Lady Tramp, stuff like that.
Yeah. For the Marvel universe.
I'd be okay with it actually. I think there's
more like risks. I think
that's
what's going to happen with what's that X-Men film that's never going to come out?
New Mutants.
New Mutants. Gambit is never getting made, but New Mutants, which has been made.
Yeah, that's true. It was supposed to come April last year.
I think that's going to be. Do you know what was meant to come out today?
Justice League 2.
Justice League 2 was meant to come out today.
Yeah. Wow.
It's meant to release today.
Woo! Remember that Flash film we got last year?
Yeah, I might have to put it on my box office predictions this weekend.
Maybe it was on Steve's box office predictions last week.
We'll never know. We never know what everyone's predictions are.
Sure, we will.
We never know.
But yeah, I'm fine with that. As long as it's for like smaller scale, like heroes and villains. I don't know. Like
Yeah, or
Cloak and
perhaps-
Dagger.
Marvel Knights, Demolition.
Yeah,
Company,
the
like
Marvel Knight.
I knew that. I'd touch a nerve.
I'd be okay. Actually, I think it'd work on a Disney Plus.
I don't think it'd be saturated. Punisher
Do
movie,
you think we're
but like MCU Punisher.
I'm thinking perhaps of like getting, because I don't think we're gonna get like a Fantastic Four origin in the next film. Maybe like doing that sort of thing. Maybe even a shorter like TV for like Disney Plus film of their origin would work on. No,
No, because you're going to split audience because people won't like possibly watch it.
Yeah, like
but I don't know. I'm saying
my
that-
mum's not watching that.
but it's not essential viewing. I'm saying that's more there for people who want to watch like the origin.
I don't know. I feel like the Fantastic Four origin is actually a little bit more essential because I don't think the others bang. It's not like Martha and Thomas Wayne getting shot in an alleyway again. Like Spider-Man's getting bit by another spider. I feel like it's a little bit further outside the
That's fair.
general
That's fair.
consensus.
I think
I feel like you need to see it,
okay, fair.
especially in the MCU because you also need to establish that they're new characters in this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it would be a way of doing the X-Men films.
Yeah. Do you think we're ever going to see like I don't know, comparing the Punisher and Jessica Jones? Do you think we're ever going to see kind of R-rated stuff on Disney Plus, or do you think it's only going to be?
I think so.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think New Mutants will be a testing ground for that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's always that talk that Hulu will sort of be the R-rated Disney side of it.
Oh, the Ghost Rider stuff. And
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
Like that.
So I think that perhaps makes more sense as to where that sort of stuff. Then I don't know. It depends because if you think about like a Moon Knight, they'd perhaps be potentially edging towards an R-rated.
I don't think they're as afraid of it as people are.
About Moon Knight,
people sort of fear themselves because Deadpool and Logan and have kind of proved that it works and there's a good model there and there's a good market there.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, say what you want about the X-Men canon or lack thereof, they are part. Like Logan in particular is very much a part of that canon.
Yeah,
and has managed to be R-rated and successful.
Should have been the end of the X-Men universe.
Yeah, I mean, it should have been number one in your list as well. But
well, I mean, spoiler alert.
I
haven't rewatched it yet. I'm doing a bit of a rewatch of X-Men films.
I don't know. I feel like maybe they could explore it and they could start doing it. Maybe even if they just test the waters on Disney Plus, maybe not theatrical straight away. But I think they could do it theatrical. I think they could just go for it. I truly think they could just go for it. And make it work.
I think perhaps we'll see some of like some of the smaller X-Men films as like little spin-offs. Like maybe if you want to see X-23, no, I don't know. Maybe an X-23 on there. Some like solo missions. Maybe they just straight up remake the anime show just in live action form.
I'd love
That'd
that.
be so good.
As long as it's
With
actual
the theme.
live action and
Just
They recreate the theme as well, live action.
pay people what they deserve, Disney. Sorry.
Let's go into the next topic. There's a little bit of Tarantino news, obviously, because Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is coming out soon. So there's a little bit of talk about Django. Which have a comic book sequel, and there's a little bit of talk about there being a script going around for that, and Tarantino coming on board to write that. What do you think?
I mean, we kind of spoke about this in the last episode.
We did.
In terms of the Zorro thing.
Yes.
I think it's more likely of a comic book than a film ever been made. And like I said, I think we're more likely going to get that Star Trek film. We are going to get the Django Zorro. However, I will say that comic book probably makes more sense. And
Well, it's already a comic book.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The Django Zorro is already a comic book.
It's great. It's really good.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
already out. Came out like a year after the movie. It's so good.
With Django Zorro?
Yeah, it's just a sequel to Django where he like.
Oh, so it's the Alien vs Predator in it.
No, they team up.
Yeah, but they're Alien vs Predator in it. They've written a comic based on the two franchises crossing over, and now they want to make a film of it.
Yeah.
I still think it's unlikely to be a film.
if it's gonna be made, I doubt it'll be Tarantino at the helm. It could be a producer or like an executive.
I don't see it being made. I don't see. I think we've got more chance of seeing his Star Trek film, which I also think we've got no chance of seeing.
Which will
I definitely prefer.
kind of move on to he's like confirmed it would be R-rated if it goes ahead.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
is,
the way you do it,
assume.
as I said in the last episode, you get Robert Rodriguez to direct it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not interested in it. Honestly, I don't care about it.
What the Django?
He's never made a sequel, ever.
So why now? Yeah.
So why?
So
do
why
it?
for his last film?
It's more interesting that he makes interesting original films. So why ruin it with a sequel, basically?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think perhaps out of all the ones though, I think this is the one perhaps that I'd be most interested to see a sequel to out of the ones he's done.
No, probably. I don't know. There's so many because the characters are so interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to see the state of the world right after Inglourious Bastards.
I would, but I
I'd
just don't
love
know what
to
the story
see-
would be, and I'm sure he'd create a great story, but I think there's more naturally a story there for Django.
Like, I'd love to see more of like Kiddo, like Beatrice Kiddo from like Kill Bill.
Yeah.
I'd love to see some like more of the aftermath of the gang in like Reservoir Dogs. I don't know, Django Unchained. I just feel like I like the ending. I like that story.
Yeah.
That whole saga, that whole of what
I definitely think it
of
needs
what he
a sequel,
became was just for Broomhilda. I like that, and that it was just a device of rescuing Broomhilda, nothing more than that. So I feel like you're sort of tarnishing that by making a sequel, and you're tarnishing that even more to do it for like a Zorro thing.
I think even if it is made, it won't be until a couple of years because I think Tarantino's already said that he wants to do a recut of Django because he's got some extra scenes that he wants to put into it. I think he's got like about half hour or 40 minutes.
George Lucas, yeah.
To add into it, which is I said before, I'm fine with that because I love Django. So
Yeah, I really love
I
Django.
like it less than
any
much
scenes
too.
are-
I think it's a little overrated.
What's your favourite?
Tarantino film, Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious, yeah, I'm the same. Steve?
Django.
Okay.
Django, your favourite?
Yeah, I love Django.
I don't even know if it's in my top 5 Tarantino films.
I think I'd go Inglourious 1, Pulp 2, and then maybe Django for 3.
Glorious, Reservoir, Pulp.
I mean, I was just doing
Probably Kill Bill and Hateful. And then I'll probably go. Django.
I don't really like Pulp Fiction.
I love Pulp.
I love
Fiction.
Pulp.
I love
Pulp.
I never really got it. I
Maybe you just don't understand.
No,
When was the last time you watched it?
probably about 4 months ago.
Oh,
months ago.
okay.
So reason I don't never liked it as a film. I just okay, that's it. I don't know.
What would your opinion be, Steve, on a Star Trek Tarantino film? R-rated as well.
I
R-rated.
don't like Star Trek at all. Like, it's not
It makes you
my thing.
more interested.
I like the 09 film because it's Star Wars. The best Star Wars film J.J. Abrams ever made. It is. But yeah, I'm so interested to see what his version of that would look like. I think that's fascinating. I'd love to see that.
I think it's more for the aesthetic reasons, but I don't get why it needs an R-rating because it's Star Trek.
Because it's Tarantino.
That's what I mean. Because it's Tarantino, it's stick on an R-rating. I don't think that's needed for Star Trek.
I don't think it's needed, but I think if it's cause for it, I mean, it depends. Like, obviously they have their phases, and obviously they seemingly don't do
What's the Mars bar people look like?
Mars bar people.
Yeah, they're like Mars bars.
I don't have a clue. You're right.
Things.
They look nothing like Mars bars.
Yeah, it's because it's like the ripple thing. You know, like the ripple
in the
on
head.
top.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Mars bar.
I don't
Mars
know.
bars.
I'm not with you.
They're not Mars bar people, but I know what you're talking about.
Because it's got the ripple.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
They've got like swords.
Yeah. No,
That's gonna cause some blood. Have you seen Kill Bill?
You can still cut around.
Certain like water fountain of blood.
Yeah. Well, I think I don't know. I'm not expecting a Captain Kirk or Picard or anything like sort of like them story. I see it as just being like a unique film, and it just happens to be in the Star Trek. It just seems to be Tarantino's way of doing a sci-fi film.
Sure.
I think, which I'm all for. I want to see that.
I mean, I'll see it, but I don't need an R-rating.
I don't look like Mars bars.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of convinced now.
No, I'm not with you.
It's more of where the chocolate touches the tip of the Mars bar.
Yeah, because it's just like that.
I'm not about it.
I thought you meant more of the nougat inside of it. But
No. So what? Probably at the moment, anyway. My next most anticipated film for next year, mostly because of the cast and.
Steve, can you post that picture on top of the video?
I will do, yeah.
Flash it up while we're talking about it, and then just bring it out again.
So my most anticipated film for next year at the moment is.
Wait, we can note this. So 3150. I'll put it up.
So my most anticipated film next year, at the moment, is Dune or Dune. I never pronounce it right. And Dune. Oh, whatever.
Read the books, man.
I don't know if I should. Before the. I don't know. The film's only next year. No.
I haven't seen the original, but the books are chunky and they're confusing.
Bonkers.
But I'm all from everything I've heard about it. I'm all about it, and I can't wait to see it next year. And Warner Brothers have already greenlit a spin-off series from that, which Villeneuve will direct the opening episode, and will go to WB streaming, wherever that is.
Yeah, because everyone's got to start streaming.
Because everyone's got to stream. I think that's where all the DC stuff will go.
Warner. Who are they partnered with? Time Warner.
Yeah.
Don't they have Time Warner cable? Don't they have their own cable?
In America, they must do, yeah. But...
Interesting.
So I wonder if they've got quite a big library. I'm thinking.
Well, they'll have HBO.
Do they have HBO?
Mm.
Really?
I think so. I'm pretty sure they do. Because that's where Watchmen and
I thought
stuff
they were
go.
independent.
I don't know.
HBO though, or Chernobyl. Oh, brilliant.
I haven't watched it yet.
By Craig Mazin, who hosts an excellent, one of the best podcasts out there, other than ours. Scream Rats podcast. Listen to it.
A plug. That's great.
It's honestly one of the best. I am a graduate now of film school.
Yeah.
But the best film school I ever attended was listening to Script Match podcast. You learn more about the industry in that than you do anywhere else. It's literally two working Hollywood writers podcasting every single week. Like, you cannot get a better education of the film industry than that.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in film, listen to that podcast. It's really, really good.
Check it out.
John August and Craig Mazin. Craig Mazin, obviously the writer of what's the highest rated TV show of all time, and John August, the writer of one of my favourite films of all time, Big Fish.
Cool. Thanks for that plug for a different podcast.
I'm honestly,
no.
That's you know how sincere it is.
Yeah,
100%
exactly.
You can tell.
Yeah, there isn't too much to say about Dune, but it kind of speaks that they've already got in this.
I wonder if stuff like this is tied to contract negotiations. You know, because they obviously have all these. They told these actors down now multi-picture deals. I wonder if these like early announcements of sequels and spin-offs and things like that is to do with a part of that.
I don't know how much any of that cast, like the big cast, is going to be in it. I think this is like sort of spin-off.
Don't you think, like, what benefit do they have? The example that we were talking about earlier. What benefit do they have of announcing Justice League 2 being released on June 14th, 2019? And obviously we're in a position now where that's not happened.
Yeah.
Marvel didn't release a slate of films until they'd already had about 10 films released.
Yeah.
And they were successful and they were confident where they were going.
Yeah.
And there was kind of no stopping them.
Yeah.
Whereas Warner Brothers kind of did it in a backwards way. I'm not just trying to talk about a Marvel versus DC thing because we're talking about Dune right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what is the benefit to that? So that's what makes me think, is there some sort of contractual thing in there where they have to announce more to keep certain rights to things? What is that? What is with this trend? Fox are doing it as well. They did it with Avatar. That's kind of different because that was the all-time highest grossing film. But what is up with that? What do you guys think?
I don't know. It is an interesting. Like Disney have been doing it for a while, so I kind of put Marvel under that. So I don't know whether obviously
but
they weren't together.
They didn't do it at first.
Obviously, but they weren't together at first.
Maybe something like trademarks we have to show in advance.
But I also wonder whether it's purely for
because you can park a date. They've parked dates of unannounced film 5 years in advance before, but putting a film in that date, June 14th, 2019, Justice League Part 2, doing that, I don't know, it creates a weird.
I think it's just like
a weird place, a weird landscape.
It's such an example as to where they expected things to go. They expected the Marvel thing to happen, And like you said, the Marvel always had that universe built before they made their slate plans.
Yeah, it didn't happen, and they had to cancel multiple films.
Yeah,
they're still doing it for Jim.
And we don't know if the original Marvel slate that they had that they didn't show to us, that might have had other stuff on there. They might have moved dates around. Exactly. But now that they're confident and they go, I'm sure we'll get the Phase 4 one soon. Exactly. When they announce it. And Disney do that already.
Exactly. But so Warner Brothers obviously did that with Justice League.
I think that's all it is.
They're doing it again with Dune. Even though we're at the date now where Justice League was supposed to be, but they're still doing that sort of thing. They're announcing sequels and spin-offs before the first one's out.
No, I think
it's so strange.
There's a lot of talk with Dune and the how the story. And I think a lot of people like myself. I don't know anything about it, but it's probably my most anticipated.
Okay, so here's the flip side on that. Denis Villeneuve is obviously a huge talent in Hollywood right now. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Blade Runner 2049 was wildly successful over 30 years after the original came out.
Yeah.
But it was bad for business for them because the two producers on it were awful at their jobs. They spent way too much on marketing. It didn't deliver at the box office the way they planned it to, and they probably won't get another sequel.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's Denis Villeneuve is fine and one thing, but it's still bad business, I think.
I think that's why you've got. I don't know. I think they're banking a lot on the cast on this, which is obviously an incredible cast that they've assembled for that. I don't know. It is an interesting point because you can obviously say the same sort of thing about Justice League. Maybe not as much though.
I mean, not so much the cast, but
you're banking on the characters, I suppose.
I mean,
Justice
even
League.
Not looking at Justice League, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. You've got Batman and Superman in a film together for the first time ever in a world that's already accepting the Avengers in films together.
Yeah.
And Batman and Superman are bigger characters. Take it to the bank than Iron Man, Captain America. Any one of those alone.
Yeah.
Batman and Superman are way bigger. Yeah. Probably the two biggest superheroes on the planet.
Yeah.
And that film was financially a bomb. Yeah. It was. It was. I mean, it made money. It might have made a slight profit. I don't even know.
No, I think it did make
barely.
I can't remember, but that sort of film should be making $1 billion
exactly.
plus.
What is going on? And I'm not saying it. I'm not making this a DC thing. I'm making this a Warner Brothers thing because there's something going on there with the business that's not right.
It's an interesting point. But then you also look at like Universal and doing the same sort of thing with the monsters.
The Dark Universe, exactly the same.
But it's them trying to copy Marvel and just not looking at and doing it in the right sort of way.
They're learning the wrong lessons.
They're completely learning. They're just going, shared universe is such a big thing. We should like put all this stuff and like together as quickly as possible. Here, have this. This is when this is coming out, and then like another. We've even spoke about it like today with New Mutants and the Flash film that was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah.
And Gambit, exactly. That's been going around for at least 10 years.
6 years.
Probably. It's I don't know. I think they just bank on stuff, and Marvel have just been consistently able to deliver to that.
So what is that? Is that Kevin Feige? Is that Disney as a whole?
I give a lot.
Because you've got to look at the other studios that they own.
I put it down to Marvel Studio because I think of Star Wars and they're in a bit of that grey area at the moment, and the release dates around then and what happened with that.
With Solo.
Problem.
Pixar have been pretty consistent though.
Yeah, Pixar have, but I don't know. I put Marvel. I think it's down to Marvel Studios themselves. I put it down to Feige.
Because they've had some misses at Marvel Studios in terms of their TV stuff.
Yeah. Which he's not in charge of.
Which he's not in charge of. He's completely separate, which makes me think Feige is just the best producer in Hollywood.
Is it now for Disney Plus? Is he now taking those shows under his wing?
I think so. I imagine he will have. Like, I don't know if you're bored.
I don't know specifics.
There's a point.
These films these shows aren't to do. They're not my babies. So yeah.
Because I know Bob Iger was actually a big supporter of the TV stuff, and I forget the guy's name now. Who was in charge of the TV?
Was it Perlmutter?
Was it Perlmutter?
I think it was.
That is a name. I don't know if it's him, but you might be right. But who came to head with Feige?
Yeah.
But I know Iger was very much on Mutter's side.
Perlmutter's his whole surname.
Huh?
Perlmutter's the surname.
What's his name then?
I think it's like Ike or something.
Igor?
I don't know. Hold on.
Perlmutter?
Perlmutter he was on his side anyway, and yeah, I don't know.
But
it's tough.
Do you think
Isaac?
Do you think?
But he is called Ike.
Looking at TV services, Warner Brothers, and that, do you think they are more confident in saying, "Oh, we've got this slate of TV shows coming up because they're a lower budget and they're obviously more expendable as well"? or do you think that's not the case anymore? 'Cause obviously we're in a kind of different landscape now where streaming services and TV are an extremely popular medium for the average consumer.
I think it's just the sort of it's just a way of getting more content out there quickly, and without characters aging. Like, we look at I don't know, I'm trying to think of one they've got in the works at the moment. Look at Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan. Like in a few years, they are getting on. They've been in Sebastian Stan specifically has been in this franchise since obviously early in Phase 1 when he was in the first Captain America film. So just to get more content out there with those characters while they can, and then hand the films over to those, and then the general audience can look forward to these limited shows that they're going to get.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, I don't know, I think that works better for Disney, and that's going to get a lot of people signed up to Disney Plus.
Oh, it's gonna bomb.
It's gonna
crush.
And I can't wait.
It's gonna be good.
I can't wait. So let's go on to the last bit of headlines before we go into E3 quickly. So there's quite a few Batman rumours that are going around. Obviously, Robert Pattinson was cast the other week. Your thoughts on Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
Was that officially confirmed?
He's got a good chin.
Pattinson.
Robert Bat. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So there's a rumour going around. It's not confirmed yet, but a trilogy would be what Matt Reeves is going to get to do the characters.
Stop announcing sequels before the first one's been any good.
Yeah,
we've seen it with Affleck.
I don't know. They haven't announced that. That's just pure rumour.
Do you think they're going to be looking at Joker and to see how well that does?
What do you mean, Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, just in general, see, as a spin-off from the other DC stuff, because obviously these Batman films, it's going to be almost a soft reboot, I would say, or obviously it's not to do with the mainline Warner Brothers DCU films.
Yeah.
I think they're going.
I think we'll get
doing Dean Solo, for example.
Yeah. I think Joker will be a bit of a spin-off by itself, and I don't think we'll see any more of that sort of thing. As far as Batman go, I don't think we're going to see. I don't know. I think that's all done and done. I think that's a way of getting Joaquin Phoenix to play a villain character, and one that he'll be great at. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But obviously, as we look at Matt Reeves' Batman, they're going to have another Joker, not Jared Leto, probably. We don't know. It's obviously to be confirmed, but
yeah.
The rumor going around at the moment is the Macaulay Culkin.
I'm fine with that.
Would take over, and there's other villains that are potentially in the rumor mill at the moment. But I think Macaulay Culkin as Joker is pretty great casting.
It's just basically at Home Alone, but with like
yeah, I'd be all about that. So the other 6 villains that are rumored, even just to appear in just the Batman film, whether they get their own, like being the main villain, we don't know who's. There's obviously the rumor that it's going to be Penguin, Catwoman. But the 6 villains they're thinking about putting in or are going to be in, because we heard that it was going to be quite a lot, and it's going to be a detective story. So I wonder whether that these will be sort of be like characters that Batman might think that it's doing the crime, and it could be one of them.
Those characters, yeah.
So it's like Two-Face, who obviously we saw not that long ago.
Yeah.
The Riddler, which I'd be all for. I'd like to see a new version of the Riddler. Penguin and Catwoman, who we already heard about. There's also Firefly on there as well, which would be a new one.
Yes.
We saw in Gotham, and have you seen Arrow?
The
Arkham
Knight as well. But they're very much the bread and butter of the Batman villain films and almost in a way. So
yeah, there's also Mad Hatter though.
Mad Hatter as
which
well.
I think would be cool to see.
But you've got a lot in that rogue gallery, so I want to explore some more unknown ones. But
did you want to see the most? What's your most wanted to see rogue from that gallery?
Deathstroke,
really?
Is that really Batman's rogue though?
I don't know, but that scene
it's
in
more Teen Titans.
Yeah,
but I want to see it.
I don't know, like Killer Frost. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I want to see a recent one, but the Court of Owls.
Court of Owls
that would be the most interesting for me, I think.
Well.
I think Mad Hatter's such
a great run by Scott Snyder in the comics as well.
I'd like to see Mad Hatter just because it's a little bit weirder, a little bit different.
Or Calendar Man, Long Halloween.
Yeah.
Those are my top 2.
What do you think about the rumor that Macaulay Culkin's going to be the next Joker in these films?
No, I just think
No.
just it's fine. Maybe.
Sure.
I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know what he's like now.
Yeah, fair
In
enough.
terms of acting, not personally.
I know he's clean from all of his drugs and stuff like that. So and
for him.
as a person, he's improved, but
Maybe it would help. I don't know.
yeah, but acting wise, I don't know what he's been in recently. But I can name. So,
Let's go on to your favourite of the show, which I'm going to hand over to Steve to host because he's our gaming resident.
I mean, I'll keep it pretty brief because we're not a gaming podcast. So.
No, it was E3 last weekend, so there was some news. I'm going to hand over to Steve to host.
I'll just kind of generally what's going on. So really, it's kind of a strange year for E3 because we're on the cusp of a new console generation, looking at Xbox and Sony. Obviously, most notable was the lack of Sony this year. They said at the start of the year that we're going to show our content in a new way. So they had like little mini streams throughout the year showing this stuff. Ooh. So really, it was Microsoft's chance to really come out and say we're a games-only company. It's going to be on next console. We had like loads of games shown. I'm just going to start with EA because they had their own separate stream.
Challenge edge everything.
Chills. So really, the thing for EA was
EA Sports.
It's in the game.
So the main thing was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is a mouthful.
Yeah.
So set between the Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Got a new Padawan. Have you gameplay for it, guys?
Yeah. I watched the live stream for it, and I don't know. It was about what I expected. It looks a bit Force Unleashed. Yeah,
Kind
which
of.
Same period.
The combat is a little bit more grounded though. It's like kind of like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Where the time you swings, your blocks.
It's not gonna be as hard as Dark Souls.
No, but but that kind of mechanic. But we saw.
it looked great.
Obviously, the new Padawan. We saw a return for Saul Guerrera.
Saul Guerrera's in it.
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker.
Love Saul Guerrera.
And
Love some
obviously,
Forrest Whitaker.
They're going to be showing a new.
Is it Forrest Whitaker?
Yeah.
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 Because he did it in Rebels, but he also
Yeah.
did it in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
We've got a new Inquisitor as well.
Yeah.
Female Inquisitor that we see in Rebels and in comics as well.
What, the
Yeah.
same one? It's not voiced by
No, I
Sarah
think-
Michelle Gellar, is
No,
it?
I think it's a new one.
I think it's
she's just
like
called,
looks similar to
She's
that.
great.
It's just called the second sister. So, is it her?
That is who she was. Because it was like
I don't think it's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
No,
I don't know. I don't.
Because I think she only recently was shown in the comics, in the Darth Vader comics. So I don't know. Yes, that's pretty cool.
I don't know how that works continuity wise, because I imagine they're not going to kill him off just because of just for potential sequel game.
No.
And like canon
she's
wise,
the seventh sister.
Second.
she was. This one was the second one. They're a big family.
Anyway, okay.
And no, go for it, Steve.
Yeah. For you guys, FIFA 20.
Woo!
So we
FIFA
had-
Street.
Street is back.
Yeah. Well,
Can't wait.
it's actually called Volta, but you know.
Which is stupid. It's street.
But it's great. So you can have teams from 3 to 5.
Yeah.
There's an
Create your own. You can create your own pro.
Yeah. So it's kind of like.
You can use professional players.
Yeah.
I want the commentator back.
And
Yeah.
have you seen the
And a
best
game
thing about? Have
breaker.
you seen the best thing about FIFA 20 though?
No.
They fix penalties and free kicks. They're like
Oh,
it's kind of
yeah,
like an
I saw
updated
that.
version of the FIFA 05 free kicks and penalties, which were perfect.
I just get tired of them changing it all the time.
No, but it's better. It's perfect now. So you've got the old tile back, ball spins. I can't wait.
Yeah, it looks cool.
That's the best thing to see from FIFA 20.
And then if you jump to Xbox, obviously they had like scenes on
Yeah.
show to show everyone that were either
It was
exclusive,
insane.
yeah, or more exclusives. Big thing for them was showing stuff for Game Pass. So they've got a new one coming out now for PC. Over 100 games. You can get it for $7.99 when it comes out.
That
normally.
is like they showed at the end like the bundle thing if you got all of them.
I'll get into it. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's called the Ultimate Edition. So
Yeah.
it's £10 a month. So you get the Xbox Game Pass, the PC Game Pass, and you also get Xbox Live Gold, as
Which
well.
is pretty
Which is
insane.
really good because I pay for it separately, so I'm paying like £14. So I'm saving. I'll be saving like a £4 or whatever. So that's
Don't.
pretty cool. What else have we got? They announced obviously Project xCloud, which is a new streaming service.
Yeah.
So you can use your console as a server to stream games on.
Yeah.
Looking at other stuff, Elden Ring, which is a collaboration between From Software and George R.R. Martin.
Oh yeah. I saw George R. R. Martin's name come up and I was like, ooh. And then the actual thing came out. The game came out. I went, oh, that's probably not for me.
So Gears of War 5, Minecraft Dungeons. Big one for me was Fantasy Star 2 Online, which is like a Japanese.
Oh, that was a Japanese game. They went,
Japanese
oh,
game.
it's a Japanese game being brought to the Western audience. Oh, it's probably not for me.
It's coming to the West, but only to America. So I can't play it. So
Too far west.
I'm really heartbroken.
Or not far enough.
And then I've been skipping over some stuff. The big thing was for Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh.
Keanu Reeves came out. He's in the game. He did an amazing little.
That was great.
Great reveal.
The whole great reveal. The best bit of that whole when Keanu came out, and he said something about the game being breathtaking, and then when the crowd goes, "You're breathtaking!"
You're
That was great.
It was great.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Love you, Keanu.
And then we obviously had a little tease for Project Scarlet, which is the new console.
Yeah.
It's not really expected. It was one of these kind of corporate videos where they just shout out random things to you.
Yeah.
So,
63%.
But I've got a theory that
I've got some stuff here, some buzzwords.
the Xbox, if it's called Project Scarlet, is then called Xbox PS. What if the next PlayStation is called
they've always
PlayStation X?
No, they've always got project something, haven't
So
they?
it's got a Zen 2 technology.
What was the Xbox One's project name?
Jeff.
What was it now?
Van Helsing.
Scorpio was for Xbox X.
That was the
Oh,
One
yeah.
X, yeah.
Durango.
Durango, that was
Durango,
it. It was
yeah.
a weird one.
Yeah. So it
Well
is-
remembered. I'm impressed.
I love gaming. You know, I'm the gamer of the group.
Okay.
Games. But yeah, this console, it's got frame rates up to 120 Zen 2 Neo technology from AMD, 4 times more powerful than the X. Ray tracing.
Pretty powerful.
These words mean
Fun
nothing
fact:
to me.
the first podcast I was ever on in my whole career of podcasting was covering the 2012 E3.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
remember talking about the reveal trailers for I think it was Halo 4 and for the Tomb Raider reboot, the first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah,
And this is my last podcast.
dun, dun, dun. But
Next year.
we'll see. We got a rough release date of holiday 2020, so next
Yeah.
year.
And
But
then
also coming alongside it with Halo Infinite.
yeah, boy.
So yeah, but you can play it also as well on the normal Xbox. So it's all cross-platform.
Nope.
Obviously, Scarlet's gonna be the way forward.
Yeah.
And then looking at other companies, for Square Enix, the big one for them was obviously
Ugh.
the Avengers.
Ugh.
Trying to polarize people a little bit.
What year did that game come out?
It did look.
Because I'm sure this is just a HD re-release of a game that's like 10 years old.
It
right?
it did like even like the look of the characters look pretty similar to like some of the Ultimate Alliance 2 stuff.
It's like they got the stunt men, women from MCU to do the mocap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, heavy on
It's-
stunt men for Scarlet.
It's got, yeah.
It's kind of a mess because they haven't really like shown any gameplay from it, and they haven't really told us what it's really about.
I don't know. The
and
big
how it's to be played.
like during that panel, the big like turn off for me was like they said it, like it was going to be their own interpretation of the characters, and I thought, ooh, that's I don't know, that's very hit or
It's
miss.
just- they've linked.
I'm
to-
fine with that.
I don't know.
I wouldn't want to see just,
But
no,
No,
someone's tried attempt at like Robert Downey Jr.
It's-
if you're not
it's
Robert
either
Downey
go-
of course, and I don't like. I mean, I'm looking more for the comic-y sort of versions of the characters than
But even
necessarily
then,
the MCU versions.
Even then, there's like 50 different versions of each character from different writers.
But I don't know. And then they did like this whole big thing, like, oh, wait till you see this new character coming. Like there's like the last big reveal they did of the thing, and it was just Ant-Man, and it wasn't even like him in the costume. It was just and like,
Weird gun he's got.
he's got a weird like shrinking gun.
it
And
Hank?
It was Hank. Yeah. Which was an interesting choice. I
mean, that-
thought they might have gone Scott.
So
just
that's
'cause
the way
of-
you go.
people were polarized. I think they announced today that they're not going to be changing the looks. They're keeping the looks as they are. So they're keeping with their guns, and they're not changing the
No,
puppet
they,
pressure.
no, they
So
should.
I don't know. I kind of do respect them for that.
Yeah, no, I respect them for sticking to it. I don't think they should.
Going back from the hedgehog outcry and that.
Yeah.
Bad precedent.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean. They've kept to that.
Yeah.
I had a whole list, but we're getting to the
Do you
end
want
of
to
the
talk about Final Fantasy briefly? Or no, Final Fantasy.
7, the remake.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
great.
sure.
Yeah.
That's-
It's coming on 2 discs, 2 Blu-ray discs, which is like loads of memory, and it's only going to be the first half of the game, which is crazy. It blows my mind.
Stupid.
So it's
That's
going to be in
stupid.
3 parts. You can play it on PS5 as well.
So, like, just to wrap up E3 bit, like, what's your most anticipated thing you got from E3? Game or
Easy.
yeah, go game. What game are you now most anticipated for?
Easy.
Probably has Final Fantasy 7, the remake.
Cyberpunk? Yeah,
Easily.
I was already hyped for
Easily.
Cyberpunk,
For me, it's a close second.
but it's got Keanu in. So.
And like play Witcher 3.
Yeah, which is pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then put that in a setting I care about even more.
So let's go into last week's box
Although
office
I don't care for the title.
before
It's a stupid title.
what Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever it is.
I don't care.
It's cool.
It's just
Title.
just-
It's like Cyberpunk. Really.
What is it, Cyberpunk?
It's like saying emo the game.
That the thing I don't like about it is that
Steampunk.
it's first person. I don't know.
You can't cycle.
It's first person only. It does transition into your character at some points, like in a cutscene, but it's all first person.
Not bad.
I don't mind it.
Should be third person.
You should be able to cycle between them like
Yeah.
Skyrim.
They haven't changed it. Yeah, it's just first.
Let's go into last week's box office, which obviously you didn't hear because it was on the Lost podcast.
Never know who won.
But I'll read off the box office anyway.
Go on.
So in first place was Rocket Man with 13.8 million,
What was his drop?
46.3%.
Okay.
Godzilla dropping from first place to fourth place with 15.4 million.
Someone, that's crazy.
67% drop.
Wow.
Wow. That's huge. Aladdin coming in at third place, dropping from second place with 24.6 million. A 42% drop.
That's good.
Coming
That's
in,
good.
Yeah, that's solid.
This time of year as well.
Dark Phoenix debuting at number 2, not number 1.
No surprise.
No surprise really, with 32.8 million. Being beat by Secret Life of Pets 2 with 46.6 million.
It's a
And
good movie.
just in case anyone cared, I actually won last week.
No, we'd never know.
Okay, moving on.
We got the same. We
Um,
got the same rankings. You beat me by like 2 million.
Yeah, that was about it.
Actually, wait. What was it? I think we've got how close. it
Oh,
was.
so now we can look at it.
No, go on. Yeah, we'll look at it out. I was joking around.
So the new release
What
is
did Secret Life Pets make?
46.6.
Oh, 46. So yeah, you were 6 million closer. Well, you
Was
were
it?
6 million away. I was much further away.
Yeah.
I put it at 58. I thought it was going to bank more. Than
I
that.
thought it was going to do more, but it still
What
made
did
quite
Phoenix
a lot.
make?
32.8.
Oh, I had 44.
Yeah.
What did Aladdin make?
24.6.
I had 20.
Godzilla made 15.
17.
Rocket Man made 13.8.
I had 14.
Wow. But you didn't win that.
So I won by no.
So let's look at the new releases for this weekend. Are Men in Black International, which Steve, one word review.
Without swearing.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
do it without swearing, just because I want to
Just
hear.
poop. It's
Okay.
one word.
There's also Shaft coming out this weekend as well, and Late Night, which had a very small limited release. I think only in like it did have like 5 or 6 last weekend, but it made like on average like 67,000 per theater.
Yeah, but it does that when it opens in like,
Yeah.
let me guess, like New York,
Well, yeah.
LA,
But this
Chicago.
it still did well, very well considering. But yeah, it's getting a wider release this weekend. So Steve, my favourite person to come to for
I've
box
got
office.
this. Yeah.
Here we go.
So we're going down from 5, yeah?
Yeah.
That's normally how you go.
I want to go from 1.
No,
No.
5, 4, 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Got this, ready?
Mhm.
Brace yourselves.
Okay,
Ready for this?
I'm ready.
I'm ready for this.
I want to
too.
have like one commonality.
Okay.
Go
so
for it.
Number 5.
Yeah.
Gonna be Godzilla.
Okay.
Right.
No, already different list.
Yeah, already
Oh,
different.
no, actually, no, change your mind.
Oh.
Oh,
Number 5 is gonna be Aladdin.
Still
nope.
different.
Aladdin. And then Dark Phoenix number 4.
Okay.
Secret Life of Pets at number. No. I'm gonna go Late Night, then Pets, then Shaft, and then Men in Black.
Wait, how many have you got on your list?
That's 5. That's 5.
Go for it again,
Go for it again?
because you got to write them in our chat anyway.
I'll go from 1 upwards because it's easier.
No, it's
No,
not.
that's not.
For me, it is.
Go. Okay, just do it. Just so we can get out there.
Okay, number 1 will be Men in Black.
Okay.
2 Shaft, 3 Dark Phoenix,
Right.
4 Aladdin, and
Yeah.
5 Late Night.
Okay, you changed your list.
Secret
But,
Life Pets on there.
No, it's gone.
yeah. How much? Just in case there's a tiebreaker, which spoiler alert there isn't. How much do you think the poop film that you've described is gonna make?
42.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Number 5, I've got Phoenix.
Same.
11 million. Number 4, I've got Aladdin.
Oh,
14
different list.
million.
Different list.
Oh.
I think it's gonna be close.
Number 3, I've got Shaft, 19 million. Number 2, I've got Secret Life of Pets, 22 million. And number 1, I've got Men in Black at 25 million.
Whoa, 25.
Yes,
Wow.
It's not going to make much. I promise you.
So I've got X-Men at 5. I've got Shaft at 4. I've got Aladdin at 3. Secret Life of Pets 2 at 2, and Mib International at 35. I'm giving 35. It's not going to make much. It's going to
I
be.
don't think it's going to hit 30.
I think it's going to be around Dark Phoenix level, which is what this sort of my aim was. But yeah, that's it for this week's show. hopefully this won't be a lost episode again. But go and check us out on all the social media, Instagram, Facebook. Check us out on iTunes and Spotify, and rate and review, and YouTube. If you haven't subscribed on there, go and check us out on there. Go and check out our In Dispute, which was out during the week, and the Phase 4 in Development, which was out before that.
Next week we should have a giveaway as well.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's a really, really good film. It's a re-release of one of the greatest films of all time.
Ooh, that's a little tease.
Yeah,
That's exciting. And this week we will have our what's out this week?
In Focus.
In Focus. Oh, can't wait for this.
We've been excited for it.
Where can we find you on the Twits?
At Mr. TT Green.
At Stevie Poo Poo.
And I'm at Floodgate 28, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.